All right. So you press this video, you saw the title, you have a skill. Chances are, if you don't, then I'm going to be honest, click off the video right now because you're just going to waste your time by watching it. And to be honest, I don't even want you watching this video. But if you have a skill, and I'm talking about, it can be anything. You can be good at sports. You can be good at writing. You can be good at languages. You can be good at anything. Editing, game development, content creation. Think any skill there is, then you need to watch this video because as you've seen online, there's people making hundreds of thousands of dollars selling courses or mentorships. And if you aren't following the wave and doing that right now in 2026, you're gonna be stuck and falling behind because you are probably better than 99% of people that are making more money than you at the skill that you're doing. And if that doesn't piss you off, then there's a problem. And why I can talk about this is because we actually work with those experts. We work with the people that have a crazy skill. For example, we worked with video editors who've launched a course or a high ticket mentorship and ran up $15,000 in under 2 weeks. We helped a game developer close his first $3,000 deal in under a week. And the list goes on, but I'm not going to be here and talking about a bunch of different results. If you guys do want to take a look at that and the entire strategy, I do have other videos on that. What I do want to talk about though is you with a skill, how you're going to capitalize on that, how you're going to sell a high ticket mentorship, what you're actually going to need to do, because so many people don't talk about it. And it's actually not as hard as you may think. Now, to begin, I want to address the skill trap. And I used to be in the same position as well, where if you have a skill, you would think that people are just going to come to you eventually when you are skilled enough, right? You're going to think that people are just going to come to your door and beg you to pay you $5,000, $10,000, but that's just not how it works, because you have to take the frame, you have to take the authority and show that you are the expert in the room and not just wait for people and hope for people to come to you and ask you to pay you or ask you to employ you or whatever it may be, right? Because when you have a skill, there's endless possibilities. Now, what you have to realize is with your specific skill, all you need to do is think about your close circle, your communities that you're already inside, even if you don't have a personal brand. Because if you're watching content online every single day, everyone's preaching, talking about you have to build a personal brand. But what is the biggest problem with building a personal brand? It takes time and money. You're going to be stuck there building a personal brand for 6 to 12 months, maybe reaching 10,000, 50,000 followers, but it's still going to take you 6 to 12 months. And God knows how much money that's going to make you spend, because if you don't know how to edit a video, if you don't know how to write a good story and make a good YouTube video or a short form piece of content, then you're going to get stuck because your content is just going to be trash. And that's just the honest truth that realistically nobody else is going to tell you. But the part that everyone misses out is that you can actually start selling your expertise to people that you already know. Or if you're in a community, let me bring an example. Everybody knows what Reddit is. Everybody knows what Discord is. You might not know what WAP is, but I'll come to that later. So let's talk about specifically Reddit and Discord. That's where like literally everybody hangs out, especially people that spend a lot of their time online, right? And chances are that if you have any sort of skill and you're watching this video right now, then you've heard of those two specific platforms. And even better, if you are in any communities on those platforms, there is thousands of other people in those communities just like you, because you're going to be in the communities that you're interested in. And what you're interested in is probably something that you like your skill. And now what you can do in these communities is literally sell to those people. And obviously the way you do it is not by just directly pitching them and going into the community and be like, yo, buy my course for $5,000. No, you're never going to do that. But again, I am not here to talk about the exact strategy on how to do that. So if you do want to actually go in depth, I'm going to leave a YouTube video right now at this timestamp that you can go and watch. where I actually break down exactly how you can sell to those people in those different communities. But the whole point is you need to think simpler than what those guys telling you to make content actually do. Because if you have 10 people that you know who are interested in what you do, you can sell to those people, right? And maybe not all the 10 people are going to buy, but 2 people, 3 people are going to buy. And now your question will be, okay, but what am I selling? And the answer is, because you're probably thinking you're going to be selling them something low ticket or mid ticket, something like that's $24, maybe $500, maybe $1,000 maximum. But let me tell you, no, you're not going to be doing any of that, because that's something else that all those people tell you to build a personal brand, make content are telling you to do, is selling something low ticket. But the truth is, you're only going to make money by selling those things when you have the craziest personal brand out there. Like someone like Alex Hormozy, for example, as there's only one reason where he's able to sell those things, because he's literally the top of the game. There's multiple other people who are able to do that, but first look at what their personal brand actually consists of, and then compare that to yourself and where you're at right now. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't make money by selling info, but what that does mean is that you shouldn't be focusing on those low ticket to mid ticket products, because this just doesn't make sense for your offer. Because let me ask you something. Would it be better, or would it be better to sell to 100 people something for $100, right? Or would it be better to sell to 10 people something that's $10,000? And I mean, the answer is clear, right? So that is also the answer to my previous question. What are you actually going to sell? You're not going to be selling a course or a PDF or something that's irrelevant and make people wonder if they're going to get any result from it. You're going to be selling direct access to you, because the truth is, with info products in 2026, um, people are not looking for courses or PDFs or anything like that. They're looking for direct access to you and how you're going to help them implement what they might already know. Because the thing is, those guys might already have the knowledge, because at the end of the day, everything, all the knowledge is all on for free on YouTube. That's exactly why I'm making this YouTube video. I'm not charging for this YouTube video. The knowledge is out there. It's everywhere. Somebody has posted this exact thing that I'm talking about right now. I don't know, maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, maybe 5 months ago. It doesn't matter. Maybe yesterday or today. But the people that watch that are never going to implement on it. And that's why they pay people like me or people like somebody else money to actually help them implement what we're talking about. Because we have the results and we have the authority and we have the expertise as well. And that's exactly the thing that you're going to do. And now going back and talking about how you're going to be selling those high ticket things, well, you have to first ask yourself is, are you skilled enough to sell something and deliver result upon it, right? Let's think about this. And I'm going to use my client as an example. The game developer who sold a $3,000 deal in week 1, right? Before working with him, we took a look at his results and everything he's done with game development. What could we see? He made $70,000 from a video game, or even $80,000 from a video game, especially at his age when he was like 16 years old. So already he has incredible authority over other people in that same niche as he is, game development, and obviously an incredible skill, right? And then adding on top of that, to that fact, he's had multiple streamers. If you guys know any of them, I'm going to list some: XQC, PewDiePie, whatever. It doesn't really matter who they were, but he had famous people playing his video game. And he has sold sort of info products before, but not quite. He was selling, let's say, solutions for gamers to use in the engine to actually help them make their games faster or better. So we already knew that people would buy from him just based on his results and based on the facts that we could see, right? So then we knew that somebody would be out there who would want to pay him, let's say $3,000, how much he charged, for a one-on-one consulting, implementation, mentorship, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter what you call it. It just matters that you deliver the result. Your next question is going to be, okay, what is the offer? Because if you've heard anybody online, you might have heard people talk about you have to make the most complex offer. You have to talk about every single thing that you deliver. But again, let me tell you, that's complete bullshit because it doesn't matter. The only thing that your client or the person that's paying you is going to want is a result. So if you can clearly state that you're going to take them from X to Z or from X to Y or whatever it may be, and you tell them that you help. So for example, for the game developer, I help game developers make X amount of money in X amount of time. You give them a specific result in a specific time frame, right? And if you can deliver upon that result, that's all that matters. And that's how you start your initial offer, by doing this. Because if you start complicating things, you're just guessing. And that's the same thing you're going to be doing with your content in the beginning. You're going to be guessing. You don't know what people want. You're only going to know from your competitors. But what does your audience want to see, right? And the only way you can find that out is by seeing how your audience reacts. But again, that's going to take time. Unless you already know how to make content and you can guarantee virality in, let's say, 30 days. But you probably don't. So the best way for you to start making money and stop being behind the 99% of people that you see online that are making money that you probably think are stupid, right? Like you see them and you're like, there's no way this guy is making this much amount of money. But that's the truth. There's people who are way dumber than you, making way more than you, right? Now you can be in that position and even better than those guys, but all you have to do is actually realize that there are people out there that are going to pay you those amounts as long as you can deliver a result. So now what you have to think about is how many people you're going to sell to, what you're going to do, whatever your skill is. We've already discussed the fact that it has to be a simple result in a simple time frame and that you have to deliver upon it, right? We've discussed where you can find those people. By the way, it can even be your friends or family, right? It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It can be anybody that you already know, right? And if you already do have a personal brand and you're actually still watching this video, if you have a personal brand, then you can sell to people in your personal brand as well, even if it's not a big personal brand, unless you have like botted followers or like just stupid followers or whatever, right? Because I'm gonna tell you another thing. You can have 500,000 views in a video or 500,000 followers with the most horrible engagement ever because you're just entertaining people, or you're gonna have great engagement, but again, you're only entertaining people and not actually giving value. Those people are never gonna buy from you because they don't care about you. They care about what they see, and they see you as this actor who's just entertaining them, right? As they're scrolling every single day. Now, you can have 5,000 followers and make $50,000 a month because every single person that watches your video, let's say 500 people from the 5,000 engage with you every day. Some of those guys are going to buy from you. And it doesn't take a lot, especially when you're charging those high ticket prices, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. It can go even higher. Like it is pretty absurd how high the numbers can go. But back to the main point and talking about what you yourself are going to do that is watching this video. You sell to 2 to 3 people. Think about the things that you now have. You have results. You have testimonials. You can see the pain points. You can see the desires of the people that bought from you. And if you're asking yourself why that's important, well, because now you can build the content around those things. Now you can build a funnel around those things. You can build your whole business and infrastructure and systems, every single part that you're thinking of and that everyone's talking about, personal brand, funnel, system, sales, you get access to all of that just by selling to 2 to 3 people, understanding them and who they are and what they want from you, because then you can build around it. And that's the best way to go about the info products right now, not by hoping and shooting blanks at a wall, because nothing is going to stick. You're going to be praying and spend 6 to 12 months, maybe, if you're lucky, make $5,000, but what goes after that? Or the second path is you can start building systematically and strategically by selling to those 2 to 3 people, getting the results, getting the testimonials, building around it, and then scaling from there, because now you can build content around it. Also, imagine the leverage that you will have when posting content and you have results. It may not be the craziest results, but it doesn't matter. You're still going to post results. And at the end of the day, there's going to be always somebody that has better results than you, but that shouldn't stop you. Because if you have a result, that already puts you above the people that don't have a result. So if you're talking about it in your content and you literally know what your ICP, your ideal client profile, wants, then you're already 99% ahead than everybody else. So those are the exact steps that you have to take in 2026 in the info industry. And by the way, if you're still at this part of the video, we do this exact process. Now, I'm not here to pitch anything, but I do have a link down below in the description where we'll map out your exact expertise arbitrage plan, the entire blueprint for you, for your skill. So if you do want that, just book a call, and also make sure you watch other videos that I've posted on this channel going over the exact methods, how you can do this for yourself. Because I'm going to be honest, if you do have a skill, then you should not miss out on this opportunity, because there is no reason for you to. So if you did like this one, subscribe, like, and I'll drop some more. And other than that, if you have a skill, start selling it.